Some plants actually produce hydrogen gas. In fact, I was just at Beijing University. Yeah, it's amazing. Like alfalfa or rice or some of the common things. Some of them, when they're stressed, they start producing hydrogen gas.
Wow.
And that benefits them. They actually do better. And then if we administer more hydrogen gas, the plant is able to be very resilient to stress from salt or cadmium or drought or something else.
So wait, when you administer it in like a growing solution, say?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, like when you're watering it, you water it with hydrogen water.
Okay. Do you remember, I don't know if you, I think I told you this story, but when I was at a conference and there was the other ionic foot bath that the man, he was right next to our booth, and I went to him and I said, I think these ionic foot baths aren't like the real deal. And he said, wait, we're not the one that makes the colors. Okay?
Okay.
We're not the one that makes the colors. I go, really? I said, I don't think I've ever seen one before. He said, well, I'm inviting you to come over to have a foot bath. Frankly, I on the last day I went over there and I found it a very enjoyable experience. Okay? And he said, it's really all about hydrogen. That's what
he said that. When was this?
It was at the Colorado Springs.
Okay, so this is more recently. So
recently
he had gotten the message. Maybe he
got the message.
Maybe he went to one of my lectures.
So I'm sitting there and I goes, really, this is very pleasant. I said, I could even see myself owning this. He said, it seems like you're interested in this kind of stuff. He said, do you have any idea what this does to plants?
Really?
This is what he says. And I'm going, oh no, he's not going to tell me about plant growth. And he goes, let me show you this. And he goes over and he gets something, the largest briefcase I've ever seen, leather. I remember it vividly. And he brings it over and puts it right down in front of me. And he goes, what plant are you interested in learning about? I'm going, what? He must have had 40 or 50 files in there. And he goes, all of these are university studies. I couldn't believe the accomplishment. And he goes, you want to see broccoli? You want to see tomatoes? Do you want to see pot? Do you want to see this? Do you want to see that? And he had the studies of plant growth, photographs, everything of every plant, giving them the water that had been treated with his apparatus.
Interesting. I'd like to look at that. And
oh, you have to. I can find his name. I don't know who he is, but he was astute, and he had the proof like I've never seen before.
That's fascinating. Yeah, because we see in the research, and it actually makes me a little bit more of a believer in hydrogen. I know it sounds kind of strange, but to be honest, sometimes I get kind of skeptical about even the research that I'm doing. I'm like, man, this is so ridiculous.
Like, can it really be?
Can it really be? But then sometimes when we see the results in plants, I mean, it's not like the plant. I don't know. Is there a placebo effect in plants? I
don't think so.
Maybe some quantum dimension.
No, it can be. We know it can be, but
I
think it's biochemistry, and when you see like the tomato with 40 tomatoes on it versus the tomato with 13, you know that something is happening.
Well, we don't see that much of this with hydrogen. Well, as far as I know, but
no,
exactly.
This was that dramatic.
Well, maybe. Well,
we're going to connect with them.
Yeah, that would be
seriously.
That'd be interesting to look at. But I'm just saying, there are going to the hydrogenase. Some of these higher eukaryotes, like they do have them, and they can produce hydrogen gas, and they can actually use it as well, we found some interesting research that we're still working on but if it's real what we found, it's very interesting. It could change our entire way we view plants.
Totally correct.